Carp. He's slower than me, so.
Uh, his
Well,
NPCs just
this is true.
have the gift of gab, though. That's it. His NPCs always have the gift of gab.
Well, and you are running these three players who are all of a sudden bullshit for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That was fun. I'm not gonna lie, I had fun.
It was so ridiculous, but I came away really laughing about that. Like, you could not have had a more linear start, and it's like literally in Mario Kart, you flipped U-turns and went the other way.
Yes. You said there were
I love
rails? No.
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 No rails, but go over there.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you make your own adventure, right? That's
Oh,
that's what it all comes down to.
I don't have the capability, so I always enjoy these.
All right. Well, let's pick up where we left off. Let's at least get in with that. We can talk about some other bigger game mechanics and ideas here in a minute. But when we last left things, Brenton was down. He's not dead, right? It doesn't work that fast, does it? We haven't had it happen in Pathfinder. No. Healing is a whole thing.
I stabilized him before we ended, so he's
Okay.
stable.
He is stable. And Danik, you were robbed of a shot.
Oh, well.
So your pistol loaded?
It is. Wait. Let me see here. No, it is not. Because yes, I moved, shot, reloaded.
Okay.
So I am going to shoot again at the wounded one on the left.
The wounded one on the left actually is dead.
Oh.
I tried to put a dead face on that, but these these frowny face tokens didn't quite do it justice.
I can see it now. I was staring at it. That's fine. Speaking of everyone, very shortly we will have very fancy tokens for Pathfinder 2. They made tokens for every it's 1,209 different creatures.
Oh my god.
Fully statted out individual pictures. And judging by the sample pictures that me and Carp saw, they're sexy.
Oh yeah, they're really good looking. One of these is gonna be a good look for dead, right?
We'll subtract the hit points and see what it does automatically.
It'll do the ugly one.
Probably.
Wait, removal of flat-footed is prevent. All right, fine. Okay. Nothing, but it has no hit points, so it's the dead one. So you shoot at the other one.
Yeah, the other one. Okay. Add to that.
Let's see.
Oh, I forgot to choose him as a target. Does an 18 hit?
I don't know. I'm reading comments about Joust. This thing is bugging out. An 18 does hit.
Let's go with 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I feel weird trying to demoralize Snake, but I am. Hey, fuck you! You ain't got no legs. And,
Ouch. Ouch. So this is your charisma check.
That fits. And but I am reloaded for another shot. -5 on this one.
Oh!
Okay,
Wow.
move on to somebody else's turn while I look up and double check to see
Wow.
if my gun is fucked up.
Okay.
I don't think it is because it was cleaned today,
Oh.
but I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah, right. Now it would have the dirty condition or something like that, maybe. Or okay, yeah. You find out what happens on that. Man.
So I go
Two
unconscious
of
and
your
someone else
friends sitting
rolls on
right
me.
there too. Yikes! All right. Yeah, right. Someone always has to roll those rolls, regardless.
I'll just roll 2 in a row because that sounds fun.
Is anyone else's VTT like bugging out, either the cameras or the?
Yes, it's like
That?
flickering every couple of minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I'm getting the
Second.
same. Yeah, I'm getting the
no.
same situation as you. All right, we'll see if we can just deal with it.
Okay, no, it looks good on my end.
Okay. Brenton, what happens? You're stable.
I think I just lose my turn, right? I don't get to pop up, or do I get to roll for like anything? Or
Let's find out. Yeah, condition stable.
I mean, counts like a short rest, maybe.
Can't wake up as long as you have 0 hit points. If you're restored to 1 hit point or more via healing, you lose the dying and unconscious conditions and can act normally on your next turn. Oh, you naturally return to 1 hit point and awaken after sufficient time passes. So yeah, you are unconscious with no hit points. So that's it right now.
Yep.
If you get a hit point, you wake back up.
Snake is trying to swallow me whole right now.
It's classic. All right. Well, Snake has somebody just shoot it. So I think Snake is going to try. Snake is gonna roll. Snake's gonna roll dice. Okay. Was that public? Did you guys see that or no?
Negative. Question mark,
there.
question mark.
Okay, so we're gonna be rolling public. Okay. No, Snake will stay and try and bite Foresight. Kind of looks at the one that shot it there, but then turns back to the one closer and kind of coils up. Let's see here, Foresight. Let's open up my Python and we strike. Okay, I think that's all clean.
Oof.
Boom.
Ow.
All right. So you are bit.
Ow.
5 damage. It's a pretty good sized snake.
Yeah.
And you are grabbed. So your arm is grabbed. But that's it.
Did I cast shield? Did I? I don't think I did.
I don't know. You had a couple of, or did you use your action to stabilize? We had 3 actions. We can roll up. It's not that far back.
No, I think I did, and I already added to my somewhat sad armor class. A 19 won't help me.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks though.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
No,
Ouch.
you're fine. Yeah.
Okay, so that happens, and then I think its next thing is going to be. Is it this? What's this do?
That's not menacing at all. What does this do?
Okay, not that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it tries to coil you up.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, it coils around you. Like around your arm, and waist. And frees up its mouth to try and bite you again. with
No,
its
thank you.
third action. So this is
Oh.
at a -10.
That is my armor class.
Oh my god! These snakes! These snakes! For 4 damage. Holy cow!
Lads, this is not going well.
Having 3 actions is something else. Let me tell you. I suppose I'll move the ball python. It's technically occupying space with you. Right, can we do this? that's confusing. Let's do that. All right. That's definitely its whole turn. Danik. Suddenly this snake leapt on Forsyth, bit him, curled up around him, and bit him again. Forsyth hurting.
Okay, well, I gotta reload. Let's see what this does.
You all have inspiration.
Yeah.
Because
whatever
you
that
feel
means.
bad for us.
Or whatever that means. No, because
Hero
the dulcimer rhythms of Arno Thunderfist reach you over the hills and valleys.
Oh, that Arno.
Yeah, check the chat. The Discord.
Very helpful of him.
Okay.
You got a boost by proxy. I don't know what inspiration means in this game, but like
You get a certain number of hero points, which I gather can be used in the same way that inspiration.
there it is. You get a hero point.
can.
Congratulations, all you guys. You have a hero point.
Oh boy.
Okay. So here's my intimidation check against a stupid snake. Yeah, I can't intimidate a snake. He doesn't understand me.
You don't give a shit.
Okay. Forsyth, don't move. Bang!
Boom.
Critical
Wow.
hit,
Yeah.
sir.
Right. Does that mean you click the critical button when you do that?
Yup, let's go with
Okay.
20 damage.
Absolutely will kill it, right? Gotta kill it. Yes, kills it.
So Forsyth is like, kind of goes like this, and maybe like pushes his arms out just enough so the head kind of goes out, and then just head disappears.
Boom.
That
All
was
right.
really awfully close to my face.
The headless
Well-
snake uncoils and falls limp.
Someone's face was going, and
Good
I was hoping
shooting.
it wasn't yours.
Us. All of us were.
That damage would have one-shot me.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been the end of Forsyth. No more face, I guess.
Yeah. Woo. that's a big boomstick. Let's see you do it again when you really need to. No, that was actually not a bad time for it. I don't know if his normal damage would have done it. And these snakes were deadly, clearly. All right. So yes, these two they're small-sized creatures, but they're fairly large for snakes.
And for the record, I am reloading.
Forsyth, you will notice, because you're standing basically right next to it, that now that one snake has moved and shifted, it seemed to have been coiled and resting on a clutch of eggs.
Sure. Great. This is, I think we're the villains here, folks. And they were just trying to defend their nest.
Well, listen, now we have lunch.
That's fair, I suppose.
It's
I don't
not
really-
bad if you kill an animal and you use the animal.
That sounds technically correct. I'm not sure.
I
how
am a
feel.
gunslinger. Very technical person.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, initiative is over.
I'm just gonna
that
back away from this snake and its eggs. I don't need to. I don't need to do this. Somebody else can
Okay.
do this.
Fair enough. Breton is laying there unconscious. Another, on the ground.
I'll go heal
about 5-10
him.
minutes before he kind of wakes up.
I'll go do a medicine check on the idiot. Dying by snake.
I'm not doing too much better.
How's my medicine? My medicine is terrible. Is anyone else's medicine better? Namely, you, Danik. You don't have any experience in...
I'm untrained, and I have a +2.
Fantastic.
We are not the group for this.
Fantastic. I am untrained, and I have no skill whatsoever.
I'm the one trained in medicine.
Naturally.
Hold on. I got him. I've got this. Let me see here. Okay. I'm making a roll. Mechanically, I can't do anything untrained. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm making a roll because it's fun.
Okay.
Is that true for everyone or just your class?
Yeah, well, you can stabilize and you can stop bleeding untrained, but if you are trained and you have a medicine kit, you can actually heal a person about as well as like a potion can.
Sure. But if you are untrained, that does not apply.
You
cannot use the medicine kit without training.
Yep.
Neat.
Yeah.
So a medic in the party is an important thing.
Now it seems 2 medics in the party might be an important thing.
And it's 2 medics and a cleric who is a separate person also.
Yeah, that would help. Yeah, if you had rolled under a 10 there, I would have been like, he's bleeding again. No. Yeah, we'll say, you get your 1 hit point back a couple minutes early there as Danik is fumbling with this medicine kit, and he inadvertently is trying to patch up some puncture holes you've got near your face with what are probably smelling salts. So that rouses you. It hurts, but you're awake.
I'm putting the shit for bee venom in your ball python wound.
So if I come back, I'm wounded, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what does
you are wounded
condition do?
Wounded 1.
Yes.
You are wounded 1. Let's look that up because we
that
learned
do?
about that.
And when I wake up, it's like, did you guys get those poisonous snakes?
Okay.
Super venomous.
You have been seriously injured. If you lose the dying condition and do not already have the wounded condition, you become wounded 1. Blah, blah, blah. The wounded condition... Okay, that tells me how you get it. It doesn't say what it does. Let's try a different link here. Okay, if you gain the dying condition while wounded, you increase the dying condition's value by your wounded value. So if you go down again, you're dying 2, just to start right out. Okay. Dying 4 is dead.
Oh, okay. I lose the rolls basically. I start off with fails. All right.
So if you go down 4 times, that's it.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Which is funny, because in the beginner box, which we've kind of quit, Stamos' character, I think, went down 3 times.
Yeah. He, it's no good. He really encourages you to call it after you've had your ass kicked. Go get a nap.
Did we find the long-necked sheep?
We absolutely did not find the long-necked sheep.
We found some snakes and 1
We found only these snakes, which admittedly do have quite long necks, so perhaps that is, in fact, what we were looking for. Though somehow I doubt it.
I don't think so, but
I mean, we could just take these and say, hey, this is what's doing it, and yeah. Or,
I don't think these are stealing llamas or long sheep.
Nor do I.
They took down a very, very strong man just now, so they could take down llamas too.
He makes a very good point.
I mean, yes, they nearly did take me down, but I think we can all agree that we can move forward, and so far I'm still moving, and I think we're okay to keep going.
You got
Branson, you don't
aspirin?
look great though. No.
I need some aspirin.
Might I recommend chewing on some willow bark?
I just put the snake in my mouth and start chewing on it.
That's not what anywhere near what I said.
Yeah, I'm still wolf form.
Oh god. It's like a horrible dog toy.
Eggs are good for dogs. It helps your coat.
When the dog, like, you know how dogs will, like, interact with eggs, like, barely gently touch them, like, they don't crack them or anything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
You want me to break it for you? You get a shiny coat that way. You eat an egg every once in a while.
I need something. I need to heal. Can I heal myself? I don't have a healing kit, but if I roll a medicine check, can I heal myself at all? Is there any
You need a medicine kit.
medicine kit? Okay.
Does
Yeah.
nobody have one?
No.
No, because yeah.
I'm
It's
untrained,
gold.
so I would have no reason. Yeah, it's expensive too.
It's 5 gold, so it's like all our,
Oh.
a third of your
Yeah,
strength here.
that's an investment.
So
So I'm looking
I
over.
mean,
at
I have 5
Explore.
gold left. I could say I bought a medicine kit.
You could say that, but you didn't.
I
You didn't. You've come this far.
Equipment is too expensive, or I mean, not too expensive, but it is. But too important in Pathfinder to just fully go.
So it's a hand
I
wave.
have one. Yeah.
We can hand wave some things. Do you have rope? Sure, you've got rope, guys. but 5 gold? No, you don't. You can't hand wave that one. That's half the purse you're making off of if you find this llama.
No, I still have
okay.
the 5 gold, like, unspent in my inventory. I'm not hand waving the 5 gold.
Well, I'm just
The
saying,
fact that I used it to buy medicine kit, which is understandable.
you know what it's earmarked for when you head back to town.
Yes.
Has anyone started a shopping list? I will.
I have.
Hold a medicine kit. Yeah, I got.
So there's a couple of things as far as mechanics of like to overlay the game and how you guys want to play it in terms of encounter rewards and stuff and of all the different things I've been reading. And a lot of it's based on like running a big group with lots of different interchangeable players, and you know at the moment we're testing things out and it's just us. So I'm thinking like we can do standard encounter like XP award, and then the loot. Do you guys? I love a random item rolling. I love random loot tables and rolling that. But I've seen a lot of things suggest just to pay out all the loot in gold, and then that way you guys will always have the choice of what items and things you want when you go shopping.
Well, XP. I think in your game, I haven't made up my mind for Kingmaker if it's going to be XP based or not.
This
But
one has to be numbers.
yes, and so I would say just standard XP. So whatever the 2 ball pythons, they're level 1 creatures. Whatever level 1 creature's worth times 2.
And that's just how it works. It's just that much for that.
It's same level. So how it works, because it's always 1,000 XP gets you your next level. So it's based off of what level they are compared to us.
So I will say on the bad guy sheet, the character sheet, there's amazing sort of one, there's a great table for that on Nethys that I'm looking at right now. But on the sheet too, it has an option, and I should have clicked this for these snakes. Holy crap! Because one of them, it's a level 1 creature, so that was the 2 of them together. That's 120 XP split between the 3 of you. So right there, you made your first. I mean, what's that? What's a third of
40
120?
XP purse.
40.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah.
So each get 40 XP for
Cool.
these snakes. But then there's also like a tab for like you can make them weak or strong. Like if you feel like, oh, okay, but this is like I should have seen that button a little earlier before before taking down like 2 you guys and 2 attacks.
Yeah,
As well.
I'm as co dungeon master here. I'm clicking those, and it changes all the stats
Isn't that nice?
automatically. Oh my god.
Isn't that so smooth to where it's like,
Ah.
oh, okay, this is good. This is a little ugly.
Yeah,
Or,
or
this is
even
bullshit.
beforehand. Yeah, or even beforehand, you're like,
Oh.
I need one of these to be a little bit stronger, and you don't have to mentally keep track of the extra 6 hit points that one has and the extra +1 to hit. You click
Yeah.
the button and boom.
So props to the system. There's one more point for Foundry here. Okay, so then you've got that, and you've got a couple of snakes. One of them, except for the missing head, body fully intact.
All right.
The other one sliced up into some chunks. I mean, there's always going to be someone who could, you know, make a snake skin something. Would be willing to buy a decent snake carcass. If it's fresh enough, but that's on you guys if you want to make it that kind of a game.
What's does anybody have a better survival than Untrained 2 +2?
Yes.
No.
5. Trained.
Are you? Oh, there we go. You're the snake skinner.
Okay.
If. Oh,
Isn't he though?
You do it all in one. That one nice motion of just like you pull it off.
Yeah, you have one full intact python skin, and you were able to salvage 2 decent sized pieces from the other one. That was good.
I will say, also as far as looting animals, Kingmaker has things on crafting with animal parts, including recipes while you're in camp for meals, and the different NPCs. There's an entire book of NPCs, including ones that will travel with you, and what their favorite recipes are.
Oh Lord in heaven, and what? Yeah. That's
So
pretty
like
detail.
snake meat, or like the goblin dude loves fucking spider legs. You know,
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
So that's fun. That's
Alright.
fun. Well, there you go. I don't know if you guys want to get that gritty with it, but if you want to carry around animal carcasses and try and sell pieces back, I'll let you. I'll let you make a go of it.
I need a way to heal, so take 10. I don't know. How do we heal in this? Is there short rest? Can we heal? Is there hit point dice that we heal back? It's been so long. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there is a mechanic like that.
Pathfinder 2, healing without magic.
Yeah, this is a solid 0.05 or 0.5 episode. Solid.
It is.
Mhm.
It is. We're still. Yeah.
Well,
We're
this is
learning
why
the
I was like,
aftermath of the fight now.
this is one reason why I was like, we need more practice in this, because when we get into a big, full-on like campaign that we're playing regularly and we want momentum in it, it'd be nice to not have to like, I need to do this now. Well, how
We
do I
have
do
to at
that?
least have the fundamentals under
Yeah.
our belt. Yeah. So I'm happy to provide an opportunity to learn and
Yeah.
find out.
No, this is perfect. Plus learning the character building and the archetypes of what that point is. And the archetype is basically the way you multi-class in Pathfinder 2. You don't pick a new class, you pick an archetype.
Yeah, and then as you level up, if you choose, now you can choose those complicated or kind of crazy archetypes, or you can choose, druid as an archetype, and then every other level you get a little bit extra druid ability. Natural healing without any items and without a medicine kit is your con modifier per level after a full night's rest.
So I have 1 hit point the rest of the day. Cool.
How you doing there? You look pretty bad.
It was really strong poison. I probably should see a doctor. Does it look infected?
Yes.
Yeah, feels it.
I
It
am
is a little red
untrained.
and swollen.
Is there a red line going from the wound towards his heart? It looks like it. That bad?
It's a little early for that, but
Or is that like a wives' tale?
concerning. No, not a wives' tale. But do you?
Sorry, Brenton.
It's really up to you, Brenton. Do you want to continue on, or would you rather turn around and get medical attention from an expert instead of us?
You are our tank. Let's press on.
Let's press on.
I was joking.
No,
But it is
let's at least
entirely
find a
up to
llama.
you.
Let's just find that. I'll be more careful.
There's little to no danger ahead.
Okay, that's good.
Until we find the thing that found the llama, in which case there's potentially a great deal of danger ahead.
Did we say we'd take care of that, or just find out what it was?
We did say we would take care of it, yes.
Okay, then we're gonna say it was the snakes, and we'll go back and take care of it.
I don't feel great about that, as these are my people who I'm lying to.
We'll come right back the
If
next
we-
day.
We can come back, but let's not claim we've solved the problem and then let another several llamas be taken by whatever is actually out there.
Alright.
At that moment, you hear from the distance, but not very far in the distance.
A sheep.
Damn it.
In the past, when I have lied to solve a problem, I then move on to the next town. We could do that.
I cannot do that. This is where my family lives. This is where my home is. I cannot move on from this place. My
Alright.
name is rather
We've reached an impasse.
intrinsically
Let's-
located here.
Let's find the llama, and then from there we can figure out what we'll do.
Where'd the noise come from?
Thanks, got the gun out.
Would perception be the appropriate skill for where did that noise come from? I feel like
Yeah.
it would be.
Sight, senses, yeah. Hearing.
That's my question of can you offer me something better with these new Pathfinder skills that I'm so glad there's useful skills again.
I think for that is perception. Now, if we're trying to fully track as it's moving, you can make an argument for maybe survival or nature, but
Yeah.
Forsyth had one. No. Oh, okay. Forsyth does not catch where it comes from, but Brenton and Danik, yes, I would say that you do. It is coming from your to the southeast of you. Or I should say it came from the south, from the direction southeast.
This way. Oh, I can't.
Lead
There's
the
a
way.
wall there. Guess we gotta go up this tree.
The wall?
Yeah,
Are
there's
you guys
we're in a
stuck?
pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't maneuver?
Can't move.
You can't go up there?
No.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, you'd have to get up that embankment, I suppose.
Can we walk up this
Clamber
tree?
over the tree,
yeah, let's walk across the tree.
or perhaps around the tree.
Well, the tree's like a ramp up, right?
Yeah, no, we're like in a pit.
Just use, yeah, if it uses that way. Okay,
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah.
sure enough. And we'll say that when you get to the top there, yeah, you're in a copse of trees, right? Because the lighting effects are casting shadows for all those tree trunks for you guys.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. So yeah, you're in a copse of trees as you see.
I can't move.
Um,
Yep. It won't let me move past this, but I can't try and move up the tree. It won't let me.
Well, forget that.
How'd you get up there, Danik?
Review.
He has his GM powers.
Probably. I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Did I get you there?
Yes.
You guys good? Okay. So wait, why am I? Oh, because that's. Oh man! Every time I click on you guys, I see your visibility. That's interesting. How do I get off of that? Okay. Why don't you guys make some perception checks now that you're up at the top? Danik, you seem to walk the farthest out. Why don't you make a perception check? Okay, Danik, you actually notice in front of you. How can I? How do I make something visible? If it's like GM.
Right click on it, and there's the upper right is the visibility toggle.
Ah, the little shrouded guy.
Yep.
Blink. All right. There seems to be a sinkhole in the ground in front of you. There's foliage covering it, but it looks like there's a pit in the earth.
Whoa. Careful, everyone. We have hunter's traps, it looks like. Some sort.
Can you tell where it ends?
This one it's not large. Approximately 5 feet by 5 feet.
You kick away some of the brush covering it, and it looks like it's just like a 10-foot deep pit. It's got roots and stuff popping out of the sides of it, and parts of it are like crumbled in. It doesn't look like it's fresh or anything like that.
Is there a way I can see to disable it, or I'm assuming it's technically a trap mechanically.
Yes, it's mechanically a trap, and you could uncover it so that it's exposed, and no longer a tripping hazard.
What kind of roll would that be?
Nature.
Just everyone, it's right here. Trust.
Oh, if someone wants to help me get over this tree stump, apparently I can't get over.
I am.
Okay, sorry.
I'm top heavy. I'm top heavy. I don't want to lean over.
You want me to try to?
Forsyth, can you move yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna go around this way.
Yeah, nature check there.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna do a little nature check to see.
there's the pause. There's the pause. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do your nature check. Forsyth, you want to give me a perception check since you're kind of moving off in another direction?
Yeah, sure. Something I'm real good at.
All right.
Oh god.
Oh,
Right.
Oh my god.
what did you do to the two of us? Like, you just took your ones and gave them to the other people.
Well, I rolled 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's your turn.
You gotta let me roll first. That's the secret.
Oops, got ahead of myself there. That hasn't happened.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened. But Forsyth, you don't notice anything. And Brenton, you're trying, but some of this stuff has been grown over by other plants and moss that, like, the coverage, like, if you stood on it, you'd fall right through it, but it's hard to actually pull it away. You're fighting against roots that have overgrown it.
Can I just start hacking away? I'll just take my turn just cutting at it just with a sword.
Sure.
That doesn't seem wise.
Well, if I'm on the edge, I'm on the solid part. I'm just gonna cut the overgrown that way, and hopefully it falls in, right?
Never mind. I got all excited because I thought I had a dwarven war axe, but I took the hammer instead.
Is this a rock or something here?
What's that?
Is these like big rocks right there? Kind of big.
Yeah, you could say that there are some decent size like rock. Like that's the kind of rock you'd have to like dig out and
Yeah,
kind of heft.
something that's like two-handed to pick up. If I can find one like that, I'll search for a little bit heavier. If I like have to I'll lob it in the middle of it.
Okay.
It's just a get to collapse on itself and open up. That's my goal.
Sure. Is there like an athletics or a strength?
I have athletics.
Either big. Okay. Make an athletics check just for the hefting of the rock.
These rolls are so bad. I'm literally
It's a pretty hefty rock. So you're not like strongman carrying it over there. You have to dig it out a bit. You're kind of like rolling it. Oof, and there's a bit of dirt that's kind of giving you trouble. It's a process.
You're very hurt.
Couple minutes.
Yeah, this take a toll on me.
Milo or Forsyth and Danik. While he's wrestling with that, you guys think you hear movement now coming from, I would say you were northeast.
Is it still llama noises, or is it just
Not an animal noise, but you think maybe you hear like movement through the brush, like an animal moving. Make a perception check.
love that?
You want to know better.
I'm procking this. I'm not percepting anything. I'm gonna get this task done.
I would have had a better roll, but my dice literally bounced off of Milo's. Milo's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You do not see anything.
Careful, there's something else.
But sure enough, after a minute, Brenton is able to get the boulder into position, and pretty much as soon as he pushes it onto that, the weight of it pulls it down. It's not triumphant, it's kind of... and the stuff starts to kind of pull in from the side like a sock kind of being, like pulled down that way. and it all like kind of lumps down at the bottom. It's like a 6-foot deep pit now.
Okay.
Effectively disabled.
See?
Brenton, is this the result you were hoping for?
Yeah. Man, you can see,
Handled it.
Don't fall in it. See? We're good.
Of course. It's now both very obvious where the pit is and that it is a pit.
Whoever dug this is very
nice.
You killed the pit.
Whoever dug this is going to be very confused about the rock they caught.
So, what you guys see over there when you were looking?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. What,
But
I was too distracted by the potential of what a very good game it might be to hit a rock into a designated hole.
it's ridiculous.
Not a waste of time.
I think it has potential.
As I am not doing a Scottish accent for my dwarf, I'm not excited by this.
I think anyone could be excited by the prospect of hitting a rock into a designated hole, but thank you, to each their own, perhaps.
Is it like a hole that's far away, or are there like obstacles that move around in front of it?
Both.
Oh, wait. Now we're getting, and I should say as Tom, that's what they should make. Is you should long drive onto the green, and then the green should be like miniature golf.
Yeah. The one and only way I would ever be interested in playing golf.
Macro golf.
Yeah.
Maximum golf. Maximum golf. It's waiting to be done.
Did you see what was his Curry's game show, or the golf game show that he made? Steph Curry?
No.
No.
Yeah,
No, is that what it is, basically?
It's wipe out, but with mini golf. So like mini golf course that you have to go through yourself, but you're also golfing.
I love
had
this.
to watch some of that. Yeah.
I would play this myself.
That's genius. Good job, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Not just a baller. An idea man.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, should we go explore what you guys didn't see, or should
He
we...
calls over his shoulder as he has already moved on. Yes.
Brenton, Granted, perhaps best to wait for those of us who aren't falling apart.
I'm Danik, and I am the unwounded one.
Yes, Danik, as to that point, perhaps you could go first
I am.
to the northeast, where we heard the sound. Away you go.
I, again, am. Just wait for Matt to hit that old space bar.
Sure.
Whatever he.
Go right ahead.
Nah, well,
I'll let you know if you run into anything.
It's much more anxiety-inducing this way, I have to say. Anything weird? I assume these big rocks are relatively here. Is there any?
Yes. So go ahead.
I was gonna ask if there was like a cave or a small opening somewhere in these rocks that a thing could perhaps have disappeared into surreptitiously.
As you were wondering about that, you kind of turn around to get a better look at the rocks, and Danik actually at that moment seems to be kind of up against not a cave or a hole, but just sort of like an outcropping that goes back maybe 5 or 6 feet, into the dirt, and there's it's littered with bones and debris and some bits of like desiccating animal fur. Including what looks to be some alpaca fleece.
Yeah.
Some beautiful glimmering golden wisps of fleece amongst the remnants.
Looks like
a cashmere sweater or two this Christmas.
Looks like this is where the pythons dragged their prey.
Danik, have you ever been in the woods before?
No. I mean, I have, obviously. I am not well versed in the ways of the land. I spend a lot of time in a workshop, and then shooting things at the outskirts of the forest.
This is decidedly the insides of the forest, and if you'll take a look behind you, you'll see what is undoubtedly the lair of a much larger something than the snakes that we previously encountered.
Okay. Brenton, make a survival check to search for that debris. For the leavings.
First roll of 10.
Double digits, baby.
Yeah, I did it.
Nothing of note in this area. And I guess your instincts tell you if this is where the hunter eats, it probably relieves itself elsewhere.
Can I take a look around for tracks or fur that is not alpaca or anything that might give an indication of what lives here?
Yeah, you turn and are effectively blindsided and knocked astray. You never get the chance to look as... Does that show you the picture?
We see nothing.
Shows me nothing.
As this creature leaps upon you.
Time to go home, lads.
Is that bad? Is that bad?
Bam! And Forsyth, it leaps upon you. Does that show up? It's all like
it's like ghosty.
Why is that ghosty?
What
I don't know.
How is this thing?
I hate it.
Is it supposed to go back here? Did I screw that up somehow? No. Okay, I don't know why it's ghosty. But yes, there's this gnarly creature in front of you. As soon as you turn around, it's basically running at you right on top of you. It's using an ability here, and I'll show you to be fair.
There we go.
You turned it off.
The token opacity for some reason was set at 0.5.
Oh, okay. So here, can I share this? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Apparently, I can edit it. There.
Where?
Oh, geez. Is this still not?
Sorry.
Yeah, that
publicly?
is,
You can't see that.
that
in
is
the
not
chat?
public.
How do I? Okay, so if I do public roll, is that how I
Yeah,
can fix
try that.
Sorry, see, I'm learning too, right?
Yep, no, we're gonna. And these are things I'm gonna have to know too. So yeah,
Yes,
there we
there
go.
it is.
The
There it is.
chupacabra.
There's a chupacabra.
Mother.
Yeah, straight up.
Goddamn chupacabra! I heard legends of this.
Boom.
All right. I guess
So
you
it
just hear
pounces.
a very loud pitched from Forsyth.
Yeah, this is gonna be ugly.
You're supposed to attack goats. The fuck is this?
And it strikes.
Because we had to go hang out with the goats earlier today. If we didn't smell like fucking goats, you know,
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
Brenton was a weregoat.
I've been murdered. I've been really extremely murdered.
It's okay because Brenton has
Yeah.
1 hit point.
cheap shot. And Forsyth,
Now-
are you down, Forsyth?
I'm down. He lets out a little high pitched yelp, and down he goes under the claws of the chupacabra.
Okay.
All I have to do is crit,
Oh,
couple
my
times.
gosh.
and we're okay.
Oh my gosh.
This is going well.
Oh
Okay,
my
Pugamet,
goodness. Oh my
he is
goodness.
going to go from there. He's going to move. The next one is Danik. And he's going to try and claw at you. This is going to be.
Wait, did I
at
miss
the
initiative
lowest.
somewhere? Or we haven't rolled yet?
We have not.
Oh,
rolled
you're
yet.
right. You're right. That was just an action. That's not an initiative. He just did that. I'm sorry. Yes. You guys keep me honest. Encounter. Let's roll initiative. He doesn't get to do more than that. Thanks, Paul.
I'm just wondering if this is like this is his super surprise round.
I mean, it was his super surprise round because he rolled a good stealth and y'all. did not
I
do good
needed to
perceptions.
roll a lot better than I did.
Whoa. Paul, have you enabled any of the status effects?
What is status effects?
If you
I
click
don't
on your
know.
token and you go to status effects and you click on dying, the whole world goes black. The tokens around you get these little like. It's,
Do they really?
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like your character and your point of view. Oh, if I click on your character, I can totally see it. Oh my
that
god,
is
that's
sick.
awesome.
It's pretty dope. I'm dying now, but
Okay.
it looks
Well,
great.
Well,
Oh,
in a
no,
second here,
Blizzard.
I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, right.
You can join me in the void.
I will
Friends
join
are-
you in the afterlife here in a very.
Not gonna lie, glad I found those strong weak buttons a while ago.
So that you can,
on the sticks. Gonna make a quick adjustment. Brenton, yeah. You hear this scream as Forsyth goes down. You turn around, and out of the brush, clearly this horrible looking monster has the drop on you. What do you do?
Looking through this list of actions and seeing if there's anything I can do. Like, I don't think I can. Is there any like, what's grapple do? Grapple. Yeah, at least one hand free. That just makes it so he can't move.
Yeah, he can still attack you.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's got all kinds of sharp bits.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not helpful. Alright, so there's really nothing else I can do besides... Oh, I don't... Well... It was nice knowing you all. I changed my grip to 2 hands. And my bastard sword. And I use sudden charge
Eh?
to get behind it, because I got flanking with my dead ally, right? You know, right? Yeah.
I don't think it works that way.
I don't think so either. But we're gonna try.
An unconscious Forsyth is still very threatening.
Grr.
Oh,
Oh,
is that a critical hit?
that is a critical hit.
Oh, that is so huge.
That's a big deal. That's a big fucking deal, sir.
Please make a damage. 20 damage is pretty good.
Boom. Yeah, you bloody this thing. What does that attack look like?
I so weak I can't pull it over my head, so I start low and I just use my body weight to swing up and slice through. Ugh.
Nice. Yeah. It felt that. It absolutely felt that, and it screams in in a wild frenzy and turns on you, and it's mad. It's mad.
Oh yes, it should
You
be.
move. You attacked. Do you still have an action to spend?
No,
anything-
one action to two-hand it, and then the sudden charge is 2 actions to move and attack.
Well spent, every single one of them. All right. Now here you're gonna have to pay for it. It is gonna claw at you.
Just roll
Wait,
once.
what is this action?
Ooh, what is this? Now's the time to do it.
Oh, what's this?
If it's nifty, you might as well use it.
All right. It's gonna do the claw. Whoa, what's going on here? Roll.
Oh, I saw a 1. Go back to that 1. Alright, it
I'm
hits.
sorry, I can't. It is gonna hit.
Okay.
Alright.
That's... Oh wait, what's the massive damage roll?
All right.
There's a
I take
rule
damage. You're 1 HP, I think.
So that's a -7 to me. My con is 12. So if it would have done 13, I think I would have been dead, right?
I don't know that for sure in Pathfinder 2.
If
You
a single
have
bit
to
of
look for
damage
it.
does more than your con,
I think so.
I do not know
I thought
that.
so, something.
Mm.
Alright, I'll just go dying
Oh,
right now
interesting.
and I'll look it up.
okay.
Yeah, either way, that didn't happen.
Yeah,
No.
that's not nothing.
I'm gonna go dying.
Alright,
I'm
so-
looking for it.
That's one action.
Oh, yeah, I get to look in the fancy.
In the
Cool.
fancy void, the void
Yeah.
space. Welcome. It's bad down here.
And it leaps over to try and bite you, Danik.
At least that's 3 actions. Only one bite.
So is this at map 10?
It's its second attack, so it's whatever the second one is.
It's
So map 5. So okay, so
Correct.
even if I do a move in between, it doesn't count as the third thing. Okay.
Correct.
Alright.
Okay.
But you could do the third thing. If you really...
I could.
Oof.
16.
That is a miss.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Gunslinger. What kind of armor are you wearing, Gunslinger?
Just leather.
But
But I have a
quick.
but I have a dex of 18.
Yeah,
you
you quick.
Dex is good.
You a glass cannon. All right. So yeah, it tries to do that, and it's mad that it misses. Your
That's
turn.
3 actions. Okay, so as a free action, when I roll initiative, that triggered. So I got the +2 to initiative already. If my gun had not been in my hand, it is now, which it was anyway, but just so you know. And I get to step 10 feet. Step is the safe, where if it has an attack of opportunity
As your
ability.
first action on your first turn. Oh, you can get out of harm's way.
Yep. So
That is you were bragging about that being useful, and here it is. Like that was awesome.
So I don't know that this thing has an attack of opportunity, but even if it did, I would move
Alright.
safely away.
Does it?
You
I
would
didn't
see
see
it. It would be pretty obvious, I imagine.
Okay.
It's actually only usually like guard type creatures and
Something
fighters.
that's been
do.
trained to it. Yeah.
Correct. Okay, and so then I'm gonna take my first shot.
Okay.
technically we're skipping Forsyth in the order. Is there anything that a downed player needs to do on their turn?
So I gotta roll. So I have to roll for my life.
I think you do. Yeah.
I think you do. There's a nice
Yeah,
little,
there's a
little
dice
die.
right next to.
Posting the rules I'm finding as we learn.
Double your
Oh.
maximum HP in one blow.
Okay, so you would have to be hit by like 40.
Yeah.
I succeed. I reduce
Okay.
my dying value by 1.
You might be up.
So you are no longer dying. Wait, I looked this up. If you are unconscious and at 0 hit points but not dying, this is where you'll naturally return after sufficient time. I think?
Yes,
Yes.
So I am.
You'll regain-
I am
you are
Unconscious?
unconscious, stable.
Yeah.
neat.
I know.
Oh yeah, you don't auto wake up in Pathfinder.
All right. Danik, I think you
I
should
mean, not
take
quickly.
your shot. Oh, you did take your shot.
I did 25. That is very much a hit. Is that a? I doubt it. Is that a crit?
You have to beat it by 10 to crit it, right?
Correct.
It is not a crit.
Regular damage. 6.
Boom. Blast a nice little chunk. I think you take a thumb. I'd say 6 damage is worth a thumb.
Nice. Fuck that thumb. Okay.
It's hurting and screaming.
So then I'm gonna do. I reload with. Let's see here.
Swords.
You piece of shit. You may have killed my friends, but you won't get me. I'm completely convinced that everyone's dead.
We're both so visibly breathing.
Let me go to my intimidation check here. Okay, so 17 with sudden shot, well-timed taunt. You can choose good. Whatever your will DC is, that I don't know. I got a 17.
Do I start
Okay.
at 2 dying right now or 1 dying?
You're 2 dying.
Okay, I start at 2 dying.
You got a 13 because this thing does not understand the language you are speaking.
Ah, that's
So it's will DC.
that's
I got a will. What is that? I don't see that at all. I've got its will save. It's a plus. Like I got a bonus on that. I got its ability score. So wait, no, you got a 17. Is that? Did you just set the DC for my will save? Is that what that just did?
Hold on. Here's another search. This is something we got to know because.
Attempt an intimidation check against the target's will DC.
It's very
So
specific.
it's probably just 10 plus my will bonus. So it'd be 15. You didn't make it.
Yes, 10 plus will bonus.
Okay, so you did not make it. It is not intimidated. It just looks at you.
Well, you'd be scared if you knew what the fuck I was saying. But maybe you know what this says. And he fires again.
Yeah, had the shot. Oh yeah, 10 feet of movement was your freebie. Ooh.
Yeah, that wasn't the move. Okay. Whew. No, miss.
Boom. Snaps off the rock behind him. And you see him, he kind of looks. And he sees the dust, from the limestone. He looks back at you.
I know my friend cut him good. I know that my shot is struck true. If they were both unconscious, I would not be worried one bit.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
But slightly worried.
Brenton, you want to?
Brenton,
Okay.
sorry. I was just reading the dead and dying thing. You should only be at dying 1 because you were hit not by a critical hit or
But he's wounded 1 already, which adds
say?
1. Yes, wounded
Does it?
1 adds to your dying.
Alright, so then I roll my recovery check here, and I can reduce my dying, technically, if I, obviously roll well. So it's actually my dying would be, my thing has to be 12, right? Because it's 10 plus how many dying conditions I have? Damn it,
Yeah.
it's harder.
Yeah.
Alright, you know me. I roll great here. I could just flat out die if I fail this too, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
it's not a problem.
I wouldn't even worry about it. I wouldn't stress.
How many characters have you made, Paul? You're good.
This is
Yeah.
session 0.5. Don't worry about it.
One is
Yeah, no.
one's death, or just another turn. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run this
Those are
part
always
for some
mistakes,
reason.
right?
Oh! It's a critical failure! I died!
Oh no!
I'm dead!
You spoke this into existence.
I am dead!
Brendan has
Died.
Brendan's passed.
I am dead.
I think
Bereft of
Forrest
life.
gonna retire after this. I think he goes outside the
Alright.
walls of his family's house fucking once.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bathroom break and
Come on.
find some whiskey.
I think Matt has killed
I'll
more
be
of my
back in a
characters than
second.
anybody here.
That's amazing.
My Minotaur? It's just animal characters. I just cannot do animal characters with you.
Apparently not. I have a thing. I guess I
You
got
hate
that for
Minotaurs,
you.
you hate werewolves, you just hate
I
them.
like that. I really like that Minotaur character too. Like that's just it.
Yeah.
Like I'd be happy for you to really, we can. Maybe he's the guy that comes back.
Alright, I'll be making a character.
Show back up as a Minotaur.
Alright.
Or Corbin. Just pull Corbin in. You could just have a rerun of all of your
Oh,
dead
man.
characters. Paul.
I have a mighty fine graveyard.
Come on, we're still learning the game. This doesn't count.
It
I feel like
counts.
Friend can
we
make
should
it.
make you little gravestones that you can stick behind your monitor.
It's gonna have a wall lining of just dead characters, a little portrait. Just all of them. The very
It'd be
first one
amazing.
with Lilu.
Tom had a memorial for Lilu, your first one. Yeah,
I have
for,
it over here. I still have the plaque. I'm just gonna hang him up behind me.
We're gonna
Oh
do
god
everybody.
damn it! second session, I kill Paul.
No.
No one's gonna ask how'd it go.
I killed Paul again.
Oh, Paul died.
died.
It was the
Like
usual
dead,
thing.
dead. Yeah, like dead.
Yeah.
Why is it always Paul?
That's the eternal question, isn't it? Why is it always
Oh gosh.
Paul?
Oh,
Oh. Okay. Back to the character drawing board.
May I recommend a cleric?
I didn't think-
we're gonna need a designated healer.
Well, so I've avoided the cleric because that's what I'm playing in Crimson Throne, is playing a cleric, so I'm always buffing and healing right now, and I was kind of like, I don't want to do that in this one too. I want to try something different in Pathfinder, so. But maybe
I think I can get some healing spells at higher levels.
maybe I'll just test the druid out in here.
There you go.
Of course, I just needed to get there. I think, and yeah,
That's amazing.
you dealt with snakes and trying to find an alpaca. A druid would have soared through what we did in the last hour.
But yeah, press your luck with another animal character. I'm sure third time is definitely the charm. Anyway,
You know there are satyrs around. Hey,
Yeah.
I killed Paul. No surprise there, she says.
yeah, that is how that goes.
It was his dice this time, yeah.
Always been my dice every time. It doesn't. Nobody else's dice. It's always been mine.
The series of critical failures that happen is really.
Yeah, it says it right there. Critical failure.
Oh boy.
Paul, there is a great spell that I'm going to recommend to you. that I have taken that is called Schadenfreude, which is when you critically fail against an enemy, you get to inflict terrible things upon them. It's sort of made for you.
It's my spell.
It's your spell. It's a spell made with you in mind.
Okay.
Oh man. Tom, where'd you get your shirt?
Fred got it for me. It's a wrestling related.
Clearly.
Right?
It is.
What belongs there?
I would explain it, but no joke. It calls on 20 years of wrestling lore.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
That's a nice kind of deep cut. I like it.
yeah.
That is
I'll
what 20
explain.
years of wrestling lore amounts to.
Yes, scissor me daddy ass. I will explain it to you because you will appreciate it, just not right now.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole thing.
We'll save it. All right. Well, right now, Brenton, the bubbles of bloody spittle at his lips stop bubbling, and the thumbless, bloodied chupacabra takes some staggering steps back to you, Danik, and it tries to bite you again with its hungry jaw and its long slathering tongue. I quite imagine this thing is like a licker from Resident Evil 2. Remember the first time you saw that?
Oh,
When it
God.
busted through the interrogation, room window? You knew it was going to.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, you might want to.
You might want to wait. You might
Yeah,
have to
save
do
that.
again
I'm
when I
sipping.
die.
It is a Tuesday.
It is
I do have to wake up at 4:30. Okay.
17.
17 is a miss.
Ooh! It bites. You dodge. It growls in anger and goes to claw at you.
Oh shit.
That's a hit.
Not this time he gets you. For 6 damage.
Okay.
And he moved. And I
That's
didn't
all
use
three?
the action that I probably should have. So that's it. That's my three things.
Okay.
All right, Forsyth. You're stable, so I think you're okay. You're just waiting now.
Blissfully unaware of everything that is happening around
No
me.
kidding. All right, Danik.
This is rough. Okay. I step. I demoralize and reload. Here, my intimidation. 21.
Doesn't understand what you're saying, but the last time you did this exact move, you blew off a thumb. It thought it had the drop on you and just screwed the pooch. So it's scared now. It's shaking in its boots. Let's see. That's a critical success is again beating it by 10, right?
Yeah.
So it is not that, but we do get frightened 1. Status penalty equal to this on all your checks and DCs.
It has -1 to
-1 to
a bunch of
all
shit.
checks and DCs. Okay.
Okay. And that was part of my reload. So my third action is the one shot I get this round. No pressure. Hold on. Pathfinder 2, hero points.
Now's
Now's the time.
Now's the time for a little Google search. Okay.
I have Brenton. How many hero points?
Brenton, you had one.
I had
Did you
two,
wanna...
because we
Oh,
all
because everyone
start
starts
with
with one?
You
Yeah.
start with one.
What does hero
Yeah.
points do?
Yeah, let's find out and then let you retcon a decision there.
Just let me pass a save.
Hero points.
At the very least, you get to re-roll it, probably.
Okay. Spend 1 hero point to re-roll a check. You must use the second result. So, I mean...
Does that like check just a check or check or
Yeah,
save?
it just says a check. Which would be anything, right?
Is a save a check? I don't know. Now we're
It
getting
says
into the
recovery
weeds.
check, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's because it's a check.
Okay.
Spend all your hero points to minimum 1. So you just clear whatever you have to avoid death. You can do this when your dying condition would increase. You lose the dying condition entirely and stabilize to 0 hit points.
I do that.
Okay.
No hero points left. And I stay stable at 0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
So here's where that's where Paul decided whether or not he liked this character. Because
Yep.
he had an out to make something new.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was your your giving moment.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright.
Okay.
Builder dead.
So I'm rolling with the option to use a hero point. Did you start a session with 1 hero point? So did you bump us up to 2 with that?
You start a session with 1. You start a session with 1. So they want you to spend it, and you have a maximum of what? 3?
3.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So they really want you spending them. Yeah, you have 2.
Okay. Cool.
You got an extra one from your bard.
Okay. So here's my one shot. That's a hit. If you re-roll, you have to take the second result. I am not that confident, so I am taking that hit.
Like you're gonna get a crit? Yeah, right.
I'd love to. +9 is pretty goddamn good at level 1.
It is, but that's a game.
It's got to be like 50-50 damn near. No, I got to take the hit. I got to take it. Okay, here's the damage. 6 damage.
Oh.
Shit.
You're glad you just took the hit. Dies. You dome it. And right in that swirling tongue, it basically you leave the jaw, the tongue, the crater as this thing falls into a heap.
Holy
That's
shit!
the character. That was.
Okay, so I go running over to my allies. Are both of you stabilized?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Well,
mostly-
I'm checking over you guys, but mechanically there's nothing I can do. I forget the time frame. It's like 10 minutes later you regain the 1 hit point. It's something like that. You do wake up.
Yes, we will say that you can each kind of come alive with 1 hit point here. Danik, what would you be doing for the 6 minutes it would take for them realistically to start to come around?
I would be bouncing back and forth between them until I realize that there's nothing I could do one way or the other. And then I would check on the creature. I'd probably just to make sure, because I don't know what the fuck this is. I'd take out my dagger and I'd stab it up under the chin into the brain. Mm-hmm. Just once, give it a good stabbing. And then I would basically just until for an hour. I don't know when they wake up, but like I would plan for
5 minutes.
for an hour or so. I would plan to basically stand in between them, gun out, just watching and listening. I don't know if there's 6 more of these fucking things.
Funny you should say that. No.
Oh, you bastard.
Okay, so
A minimum of 10 minutes to several hours before we.
You're standing there between them for a couple of minutes, and sure enough, the two of them, you guys come awake. So you're back with 1 hit point. And do you have condition dying 1? Is that right or no?
The wounded 1 and wounded 2.
Wounded 1, wounded 2.
I'm wounded 2.
That's what it's not dying 1. Okay. All right. Yeah. You are come back to consciousness. The body of the creature is there. It's ugly. It smells bad. Not like it's decaying already, just generally speaking smells bad.
Oh, thank God you awoke. Thank Torag. The Forge Father has blessed you this day.
That was poisonous too. Everything's poisonous out here.
Was it?
Should we take the head back and go rest?
Yeah, we need to get you all to safety. I will I may remove the head. Or do you have... Yeah, your sword will work better. I just have a hammer and a gun. I can shoot it a lot. Or smash the head.
The head is actually in pieces. You blew up the upper half of the head.
Okay.
That's out there.
Let's drag the whole fucking thing. Because no one will believe it. It's not that big.
If you feel up to the task of pulling it out of this forest, by all means. But Brenton and I are both not feeling up to the task, perhaps.
I pull like its claw over like a stump or something, and I just chop a claw off, and I'm like, okay, this will just have to do.
I am looking this up. Let's see, carrying a medium creature.
Yeah.
Pathfinder 2.
There will be rules. There will be rules for that.
Because I do have some bulk to spare. A medium creature, is bulk 6.
Oy. That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm already at 5 right now. No, wait, is that 5? Carried bulk 5. What's that? 3L. What's that mean?
That's when you 10L is 1 bulk.
Oh, okay. So I'm at like my max bulk is 14. So technically I could carry it, right?
Yes. Yes, you could, as long as it's not, you have a bunch of other stuff on you, which you definitely don't.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a medium size, but you could heft it over your shoulders and carry it. You wouldn't be agile or moving fast or anything, but you're wounded. But you
at 1 hit point and down twice, I ain't moving fast no matter what, so might as well.
True.
Just as long as it's not gonna kill me doing this, I'll do it.
You can, and I'll keep my gun out.
Alright. Fair enough.
Does the amount of prey in its lair look like it was just one of these things, or are there signs of more than one?
Make a perception check, or maybe that's a nature check.
Can I lobby for a nature check?
Yeah, make a nature check.
Brenton starts to cry with the thought of that.
There's a good amount of bones here, but there's a lot of age to them too, you're not entirely sure. Oh, okay. Well, if you're asking, Danik has a feeling that it's probably just the one. But while you're rummaging, Forsyth, you actually find a healer's kit in the pile of bones.
Can I look at Brenton and just word this thing handed to him? I think this would be best served in your hands.
Now, out of character, can I make I'm assuming nature check to find out what this is?
Yes.
Recall knowledge check.
Is
You'll see it on the. Yeah, you'll see it if you open up the character sheet.
Knowledge?
If you open up its character sheet, you will
it.
see. I'm not doing it on purpose. You will see on the at the top, I think, recall knowledge.
Yeah.
It'll give
This one says Arcana or Nature.
Arcana nature.
Arcana nature, unspecific lore, or specific lore, depending on.
Specific lore
stuff.
is I have lore in chupacabras or fucking weird unnatural animals.
Yeah, exactly.
So the example they give is a vampire. The normal is religion, the first one. Undead is the unspecific. Vampires is the specific.
Oh, okay. So in that case, Arcana or Nature is the standard. Beast is the unspecific. Chupacabra is the specific.
The only lore skill I have is engineering, so I'm making a nature or an arcana.
Right.
That would be a nature check. Do I know what this is?
You do. This was a chupa thingy.
It's a goddamn chupa thingy. It's an alpaca, sucker.
That's right. That's right. They are vampiric verminite creatures that tend to prey on cattle. They while they do eat their prey, they tend to make it last, and they can sustain themselves for long periods of time off of a single living creature of reasonable size by drinking its blood.
Breton, with that kit, can you fix up yourself in Forsyth so we carry this thing out of here?
Okay.
Have we heard any other sign? Because we did hear the goddamn alpaca llama or whatever at one point, but we haven't seen its corpse or heard it since.
You did hear it. That's what kind of called you to this area. You have not seen a body of an alpaca. You have not heard it cry out again.
Breton, after you heal yourself and then start to work on Forsyth, I'm gonna take a quick look around.
Okay. Oh, cool. There's a little chart here. So trained, the DC is 15. Success, it's 2d8. On critical, it's 4d8 of healing.
Nice.
Look at you.
Let's try this. But it takes 10 minutes per, and I can only do this once per hour per patient. But the time overlaps. If I do myself, and then it takes 10 minutes. But to you, then it takes 10 minutes, so it's 50 minutes left for me. So, yeah. 10 people in the party. I can do this all day. Alright, let's try this. I'll do myself first. 10 minutes starting to heal with healing tools. That is a fail. Alright. I'll practice on you. Oh, I'll practice on myself. I failed. Now your turn.
Oh, good. I feel very reassured by the way this is going to go.
The things were all jumbled in here. It's like it wasn't organized correctly. I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong thing. I got this.
You have a bit of gauze sticking out of your ear, Brenton.
Yeah. I thought that was an earplug. Here. I promise I'll do better. There you go.
That's very extremely close to
2d8
1.
healing. 2d8 healing.
Roll my 2d8 for me. How good did you do? You have a chance to patch me up entirely if you do real good.
Oh.
Which you did.
How about it?
Okay. So at this point, Danik is on the hunt for goddamn llama.
Yeah,
Sure.
that was 20 minutes right there. for both of those.
Where's the fucking
Oh, panic. From your vantage point, you don't see any llamas, but a couple more of those hastily made and overgrown pitfall traps spring into view. Did those come visible?
They did.
Okay.
Guys.
You do see some blood droplets though in the dirt around you. You know, they've dried, but they're relatively fresh.
I will do my best to follow those.
Okay. They kind of continue in the direction you were headed, further south.
Oh, and your wound condition's removed, by the way, when I succeeded.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Climb up on this fucking tree here, and I'm gonna take another look around.
Okay.
Take a looky and a listening.
I know you wanna roll those pretty dice. Sure enough, you get to your vantage point on top of the log there, and you see the golden shining fleece of an alpaca laying on its side in some undergrowth. That's a good eye view of it. You're a bit of a ways away, but in the quiet of the moment, you think maybe you can see it breathing, but it seems very shallow. There is blood about its neck. Its long, beautiful, fleecy neck is dark with blood.
I'm gonna step up to it slowly at first, and when I get about 10 feet away, if it's going to be startled or scared of me, I'd rather it's while it's 10 feet away. So I'm gonna, hey girl. Hey. I ain't no trooper thingy. Here to help you. Hey, calm. And I'll step right up to it. Is it unconscious or is it awake?
Is there an animal handling with that? Is that a thing?
Probably just nature.
Yeah, I don't. There's not a specific animal handling.
Okay.
Nature?
You came at that. Active. It's sort of domestic. Yeah, you can make it nature. I'll let you do nature.
My nature ain't great. If you have other ideas, I have a plus on it at least. Ooh.
I think your actual performance was probably better in keeping with that. It's conscious. Its eyes are like rolling up, looking at you, and they're wide, but like it can barely move. So it's barely conscious.
It's hurt and it's panicked, but it's hurt enough that it doesn't kick me in the face.
Yeah, too much blood loss, you assume.
Okay. If it doesn't look like I can, there's no like barding a rope around it or anything like that, is there?
It has a harness, or it has like a bit of like a lead, but it's torn. So there's no rope or anything around it, but there's a spot you could probably fix one.
I don't. How far away are we from the dude that owns this thing?
He went back to town, so you're few hours good hike home.
God damn it. Like, does this thing look too hurt to try to walk it back?
Yes.
Okay. So I would attach my rope to whatever is left of its gear and wrap it around that tree I'm standing next to. And then I would go back up to Forsyth and Brenton. Forsyth, at least, is looking a lot better.
I feel great.
Hang on. That's a recovery.
Um,
The hell happened, Brenton?
Branson didn't fix himself nearly as well.
I
He liked a little warm up
practice.
before he got really good at the medicine kit.
Brenton's wound was on his back, so he couldn't fix it himself.
I offered to help, but he did say no.
He's weird about it.
Oh, it's you have to beat the check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So I will say to Forsyth and Brenton, I am willing to stay with the beast while you go back to town and get the owner if you feel good enough for it. Unless you would rather do that.
If 20 minutes are up, I can try to stop the bleeding and treat the wounds of the llama.
Listen, Ed, I'll take a treat wounds too.
Okay, yeah.
Does the medicine kit have a number of charges, or is it just kind of its own thing?
It doesn't say it has charges.
It would say if it did.
Well, okay.
So
Well, then maybe for 5 gold, it's just you have this capacity.
Yeah. So for me, yes, it's up
It's
to
like
Matt.
thieves, like thieves' tools, effectively, right?
Yeah. It's up to so me. Yes, do a check. It's up to Matt. If maybe a nature check first, if you know enough about fucking llamas to use a medicine kit on it.
I think to treat a puncture wound, probably not. You know, wouldn't need to worry about llama medicine per se if all you're trying to do is patch it up. But if you guys want to spend the time, you know, for Brenton to be able to make those medicine checks on both you and the llama, you totally can. You know, you were talking about
me for sure, and then I'm willing to hang out while you two get the dude.
While you spend this 20 minutes, I'm gonna go looking around for some long sticks that I could use to fashion a what's it called, a stretcher for the llama, so we can just bring it with us.
All right.
Sure.
If you want us to do it, okay, I'll spend the time. That's all right. So I'll start with Danik here. All right, come on, critical success here. 20? Critical success has to be how much over? 10?
Yeah.
So it was 15. I need a 25. So basically I have to roll a crit for this.
Yeah. Roll your 2d8.
Okay. See, I just get better and better as I go with this, guys. Oh.
Holy shit. I only needed half that. I'll take it.
Okay. Alright, there's another 20 minutes done. So it's now 20 minutes on the, By the end of this, I can actually try again on myself, actually. Because that'd be another hour. Wait, no.
They had another 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Oh, sorry, these are 10 minutes. My bad, not 20. So that was 10. So it's 30 minutes there. This will be 40 on the llama. Do I need a nature check first to see if I can identify what I need to heal?
Well, hold on, because right now you were healing on Danik, and Danik had returned to you guys up by the Chupacabra, right? So let's, so you guys need to make your way down to the llama.
Okay.
Which I would normally hand wave, except Danik didn't bother to mark the pitfall traps that he saw. So if you guys want to go ahead and traverse that area,
I did not. I very much did not.
If you want to get to the llama,
all right, Danik, where are you at? Lead the way.
Yeah, I know. To be fair, I did move up to them.
You did. So now you guys got to get back to the llama.
Oh, that kind of was extreme. Okay.
Danik, no.
I'm sorry, I got excited about the cave again. No, follow me. Step very carefully. Only move where I move. There are more of those pitfall traps. Yes. There you go. Yes. Now move south. Move straight south. Don't move to the east or west from here. It's very dangerous. Now step over this tree. This tree is dangerous too, for different reasons.
And sure, as you guys are going by, I'll just put them back on the map. I moved them just to fuck with you, but like they're not going to be in the same spot. They're 5 feet to the left of where you thought you saw it.
And then here's the llama. It also is dangerous for different reasons.
Alright. So we made it. Now do I have to roll nature to see if I can know what to fix?
No, you can go ahead and just roll the medicine check.
Okay. Oh! It almost rolled a 20! Oh! I almost critically healed the llama.
That would have been amazing.
So that's...
Is a 13 a success?
No, it's not.
What do you need to get? A 15?
15, yeah, it's 2 off.
Oh, okay.
It's a little harder on a llama, alright?
Listen.
There's blood on your hands, things are slipping.
So...
it is, I should say, it's not only... It's been dark for a while because of the trees. I think now that the time has passed and you guys have caught to your senses, night has fallen. As the healing and the process here has been going on. And the forest comes alive. You hear the sound of other predators out there, going about their evening business. Owls and smaller animals, moving in the brush, but keeping a wide berth from you and the remainder of this clearing. Actually, you don't catch a whole lot of other movement, even of small animals, through the whole of this clearing.
Okay.
I don't think this thing can move. If you want to go get its owner, I'll spend the night here with it.
Or we can just make a stretcher. There is plenty of wood around. I have a spare cape, and some rope.
Llama stretcher?
Sure.
Weird.
Try.
Or a sled to drag behind us, something, so that we don't have to be here all night.
If you were going to carry the whole chupacabra corpse, I'm pretty sure you could flip a llama.
Fucking llama sounds twice as big.
I'm pretty sure you could
carry an alpaca. They're smaller. They're a little smaller.
They're small.
Yeah.
They're a little smaller.
You can lift them up and carry them firefighter style over your shoulders.
Just a little alpaca legs over your in front of you.
Alright, mechanically, I think this is still a medium creature. So 6 bulk.
Yeah.
We can figure it out.
Even I can carry that.
Alright, you got it!
I'll pick up the alpaca, I guess. Since no one else is volunteering.
We'll help, because you spent time fighting sticks. Which, a llama stretcher, a well-known device. Wait!
It's just a stretcher for an alpaca, it's not...
Hold on!
Specific.
Let me... I think
just so you
that...
know.
Yeah.
See, we can't leave him out.
No, you're right. You're right. Let me double check this. Let me double check your alpaca stretcher. Let me make. God damn it! My engineering check. Let me check your ties.
How dare you?
I don't know. It looks fine.
Can you even see in the dark?
No. Yes, I can actually. Probably better than both of you. But I've never made a stretcher before. I don't think, based on the way that this combat went, I don't think this is the last time we build a stretcher, though. So next time I maybe get a bonus.
Yes, just like I've been practicing my healing here. You're practicing your stretcher building. I think this will all come in handy next time we face a villain. Alright. Well, I'll help carry too, but I will stop in 20 minutes. Oh.
Matt, you're muted.
Sorry. I was going to say, you guys are tired and wounded and hungry. It's gotten cold. You do eventually get the stretcher together and are able to start slumping the llama over the rocks and back through the woods.
Yeah.
I will take, in 20 minutes, I will take a little break, 10 minutes, one to catch my breath and try to heal myself again.
To grandmother's house we go.
So.
Okay. So, with the llama in tow, it's a little bit slower going. You were kind of following a trail, working your way into the woods to begin with. So you're not quite out of the woods yet when your 20 minutes or heal break is up. You want to go ahead and do that?
Okay. Come on, big money. Oh, so close. Alright, that's to heal, though. I'm not wounded anymore.
That'll be good. And while he's doing that,
2
Forsyth, will you roll me a d12?
Just straight up and down D12.
Yes.
Okay.
11 more chupacabras come out of the woods.
No kidding.
Okay, my speed is 20 feet. I will run away.
Feet is 20 feet.
Yeah.
Little dwarfy.
Oh, buddy, you're chupacabra bait for sure.
Yeah.
You're only 25.
My speed is 35, my lad. Goodbye.
How the hell is your speed 35? How?
Because your boy has a feat, a nimble elf feat.
Oh,
which
this
makes
is
you
some
fast.
horse shit.
Danik, roll a d10,
Oh, God.
please. Alright, so how much did you heal for
11.
Brenton?
So I'm back to 12 hit
11.
points out of 19, so fairly good.
Okay, so you guys pull over to stop. Obviously you guys dragging this llama, you're making all kinds of like crunching through the brush and everything. Brenton stops, kind of pulls aside first and starts to fumble with the medicine kit. After a few paces, Danik, you realize like everyone's kind of stopped and stops following, so you stop. And when you all look at each other and realize that you've stopped in place, you still hear footfalls of movement.
Oh, boy.
It sounds close, but again, it's dark, and your guys' dark vision is all actually. Wait, Danik has dark vision. Do you all have dark vision for one reason or
I
another?
do. Yeah.
Did we figure that out last time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Forsyth is an elf, so yes, everybody has the dark vision. So you're not too impeded by that. Make some perception checks.
There's something.
All right. Hard to catch things through the trees, but Brenton, you're at the right angle of it. And just as you're sort of finishing up, patching yourself up, you see, probably like 60 feet off through the trees, a large foot. Like kind of clawed foot, kind of boom, like step down, and then lift up and kind of move off. And it looks kind of like it looks like it's headed your way.
Something really big is coming this way, and I think we're detracting it by dragging this wounded llama with us. It might be time to just let the llama go.
You want to just leave the alpaca here to die.
I mean, we use it as bait and then kill whatever's coming after it.
You two keep moving with the llama.
No, this is what I lift up its head so that it looks directly at you, and you want to leave it to die. Majesty.
Its eyes are like watering, and there's so much love because it understands that you guys have gone completely out of your way to save it and help it, right?
I would die. I would die
Run.
for this alpaca.
You two keep moving with it. I'll hide here, and I'll distract the thing. If need be, if it is following us.
Says
Dan,
I will hide here.
20.
Staying alone.
Says the person with 20 movement.
Yeah.
Yes, but also full hit points, more AC.
Yeah, definitely taking all this, but this thing's
Yes,
large.
let's go.
Did I say that? Big. Tree size.
Brandon, pick up the other side of the stretcher and let's
Yep,
get out of
I'm
here.
running.
Danik wants
Let's
to
go.
stay.
Oh,
Let's
and
go.
I'm gonna.
Are we running or are we being quiet and letting...
It knows we're here. I think it's following the scent of this blood or this thing. I think it's... Yes.
By the way, how much XP did we get from the Chupa thingy?
Yes, from the Chupa thingy, you all get an additional 20 XP. And let me see, actually, the trap has a fixed amount as well.
Times 4, right? There's like 4 of them there.
Mm,
And they moved, so 8.
And we successfully avoided all of them.
Yes.
avoided, yes.
And
It doesn't say.
disarmed one.
It's hazard level 0. There's supposed to be a sort of a set amount.
There is.
Um,
I don't have the chart here, but
So I think you each take another 5 XP for successfully navigating the traps without anybody falling in.
65, baby.
So, and it's 1,000 XP as a level.
Yes.
That seems like a long way to get to level 2.
We gotta do a lot of things.
Are we? We might have to look up. Is the XP split, or is that per person?
I'm reading off of Nethys, and it says split. But then, well, now hold on a second. Party level, XP award, any XP awarded, but it says to split it for creatures and stuff. See, it's I don't know. Oh, here we go. Simple hazard. Party level -1 would have been 6 XP. That really split around the whole party? What's the point of giving like 2 XP for something?
Wait, okay, so any XP awarded goes to all members of the party. For instance, if the party wins a battle worth 100 XP, they each get 100 XP.
Wait, where do you see that?
On Archives of Nethys. Here. It's in the core rulebook, page 507.
Oh, snap. All right. Cool. Well, in that case, you guys
should have
get...
gotten 80
You all
from
have
the
100.
snakes.
You all have 180. No, you should have gotten 120 from the snakes.
Oh.
You split that 3 ways. It was 40. So 120 from the snakes, another 60 from the Chupa thingy, and it's actually 6 for the disarmed trap.
So 186.
186.
Okay.
Okay.
He didn't disarm the
That
other
is a
2,
significantly
but you
greater chunk
did
of the way to level 2.
negate them as well. To actually take another 12 each for the other 2 traps. You didn't fall on them. You knew you were there. You traversed them twice.
So
I even screwed with you. So there
how
you go.
much more?
Another 12.
Okay, so 98.
98.
Yeah, there's a whole... Wow.
198. That's a lot different.
Here,
That
let me-
sounds like, okay, that's about the right leg towards...
We did
You
some
know,
stuff. We almost
or the start,
died.
yeah.
We didn't. This seems
You learned.
equitable.
I'm posting this link that I was reading off into the general Pathfinder thing. So if
Alright.
anyone ever wanted to go back and look at it, it's got a whole tables for like even finding treasure gets you XP on this table.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here, but I think I'm looking at the same thing you are. But I just misread it. Yeah, party treasure by level. Gold value, party treasure. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, I'll have to peruse that a little later. So yes, there's something large, moving. It's not charging or anything, but you can all hear these footfalls pretty steadily now.
Yeah.
Now that it's come, closer.
And seeing it, looking at its claws and things like that, I'm convinced this is a predator.
You see a foot of like a bipedal creature, but large, like you described, almost the size of a tree trunk.
Yes. Yeah, I think we need to make pace. And I'm not gonna lie, if it shows or attacks, I'm dropping the llama.
I won't. All right, let's book it.
Stumbles forward about 10 more feet towards you guys.
All right.
Brenton and I will run with the llama.
Okay. Right now we're theater of the mind. Don't worry about the map yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am still moving with them, but slower and using my shitty stealth check of 16.
Okay.
To try to be apart from them. Trying to figure out where this thing is, what it is.
Okay.
And if it catches up with us, I want the first shot, basically.
Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. Well, I'm gonna need to switch to my private GM roles here. That's what I need to do. What's your perception? You guys start moving, and you're taking off back towards the road, or what you remember to be the road, and it doesn't seem like you're very far now. The tree coverage is getting lighter, but not not 10 paces after you guys pick up your speed, do you hear the footfalls start to come in earnest. And whatever it was heard you guys start moving and decided it was time to start moving quicker soon. Danik, since you got eyes on it, make a perception check yourself. Okay, it's not being particularly stealthy, so I'm going to say that, yeah, you didn't botch that. That's going to be good enough. As it moves through a few trees, and even you can see one tree fully get kind of jarred to the side, as a large, ugly, bulbous, humanoid-esque monster kind of slips onto the path about 40 paces behind you. If you want to make a roll to see if you know what it is, it would be a society roll. Who's carrying the back end of the stretcher? Like, who's got the lead on the llama stretcher?
Brenton, what's your speed?
25.
I imagine then I am taking the front of the stretcher, because I know that if Brenton drops it, I'm going to keep running with it.
Danik, you've only, that's a big ugly. You've heard there's a few different kinds of big uglies out there in the world. Not quite sure if this one's a this or a that. Brenton, you could probably catch a glance over your shoulder and try and take a peek if you want to also make a society roll here. That's no big ugly, that's an ogre. You say with conviction.
It's hungry, it wants this as its meal, or it's us. So let's keep going, or drop the llama.
Keep going. Danik, you've got this, right? No problem.
I move with the group.
Okay. And so at full move speed, you guys are moving, is it 25 feet per turn? Or is it like a doubling? How does...
Well, if in encounter speed, it's we would get 3 moves, but carrying something.
True. That's true. So you're going to be a little hobbled by that. Interesting. I'm not quite sure how to do
Trying to double check
East
my
counter
movement
here.
speed. Trying to find it on the fucking. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm a 20 feet move.
Okay,
Jesus.
yeah. Brenton, give me an athletics or an acrobatics to just maintain your balance and your hold on the stretcher as you're moving at full speed.
Dwarves are built for long distance. I'm not a sprinter.
You are fine. Forsyth, same thing. You can use acrobatics or athletics on this. Is it?
I'll use acrobatics because I have a thing that would let me do that anyway.
You use acrobatics for an athletics check.
For specifically for a balance check, and that's a success, which means for me it's a critical success. Which is very exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. I doubt that says any specific benefits. It's probably situational, right? So you succeed and something good happens. So yeah. Let's see. You are actually the one in the front. So yeah, you guys are doing fine, balancing this thing just fine, and you actually catch a slope that looks just right, and you caution the others, and you plant your heel on it, and you're able to slide down this slope and pick up an extra like 15 feet of distance between you and this big thing coming behind you guys. Danik, you can have the benefit of that, but your lesser move speed, you're also falling a little bit behind as this is happening. Meanwhile, the ogre is catching up.
How far away is it right now from me?
Let's see. After another, let's say, good round full of movement, it was 40. So now it's up to its speed's only 5 more than you, so we'll say 35. 35 feet.
I am going to. I don't know enough about ogres. I'm gonna try to scare this fucker. Straight in front of me, towards it. I'm not trying to hit it. So, like, if I need to make an attack roll, that's fine. But I'm not trying to hit a specific point. I'm just throwing something in its direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm chucking and why isn't this showing up? Oh, I'm on the crafting. Let me go to my items. There we go.
Genius.
So I'm not trying to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's too far away. But just a burst of fire in between us and it, hoping to give it pause, to scare it, whatever.
Absolutely.
I will make a ranged attack.
Yeah, give me that just don't roll a 1.
It would be I was gonna say it would be a -2 off of my gun attack, which makes it my unarmed attack roll is the same as that. Ugh, not as high as I was hoping, so I don't chuck it necessarily as far as I was hoping.
No, it doesn't land right at its feet, kind of midway between the distance between you and it, but it lands squarely enough, in the what you might call a path between you. Don't get any bonus on this from that roll, but make an intimidation check.
Yep.
Let that. You kidding?
Why are you so bad at intimidation?
Um,
Why is it this specifically?
I
To be
got
fair-
fucking +4. It's not terrible at +1 or at level 1. I mean, but shit.
But you've consistently rolled extremely
Yeah,
badly.
no. Phew.
for the brief like time bubble of pause that happens in these kinds of cinematic moments, you throw this thing, it bursts, and it's like zoomed in, and it looks like this big explosion, and then you zoom out and you realize it's maybe about yay big, and the thing like leans forward and spits it out.
Okay.
And is still coming. But you guys are still running, and it can only gain on Danik about 5 feet around if all things go to plan. We'll say after a moment of that, you come in within sight of the broken road. And so the copse of trees that you guys have been in kind of opens up to what were the rolling hills, and then inevitably the plains, which will take you home. But it's still you're still about 7 miles from the
I
gate.
will say after I chuck the alchemist fire, the next round when it gets even closer to me, I would shoot with my gun.
Okay. Well, then that's what it's going to be. You'll hit that tree line, and
Because it's already closer than I would like.
yeah, you'll hit the tree line and make the attack.
Oh, Danik.
I ain't running this son of a bitch.
I was gonna offer you some caltrops, but go ahead.
Well, we can maybe still do that. I can move as I fire.
Yep.
But 24. It's gonna be a hit at least. You're muted. There we go.
All right, that is a hit. It is not a crit.
6 damage.
Okay. Bam. Yeah. It strikes true. Nice center mass shot. Things yelps in pain. I got no miniature to put it on, so yeah, 6 damage. And I guess we gotta roll some initiative. Whew. Now it really matters. Okay, so let me clean up the board a little bit here. Move. Actually, yeah, you guys have everything you need. We'll call this tree the tree line. I'll move our sinkholes.
Are you pulling it out of the bestiary?
Yeah, I've got it open already. I'll just
Okay, cool.
That didn't work the way I thought it would. Okay. Prototype token. Sign token. No. So if I got the character sheet open, how do I just dump a token really quick onto the?
You're going to actually don't
Do I have
open up the sheet. You want to import,
Got it.
and then you can drag it from the actors
Okay.
tab.
Okay. It was important, yeah. All right. So there it is. We'll say it is. What did I say? It was 35. No, now it's like. What's the range on your pistol?
It's like 60 feet.
60 feet? Oh, okay. Then yeah. So it's back to like 30. We'll say 30 feet behind you. Want to put yourself. Go ahead and move yourself 5 foot forward there, Danik. And then maybe 10 or 15 feet in front of him. If you guys want to have the alpaca between you just to give us a sense of it, that would probably be pretty good. Right. There you go. Brenton, I'll let you place yourself. Okay. So you shoot this thing, and now we need some initiative.
Jesus.
Oh shoot, I've been muted this whole time. My bad.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Danik, did you roll initiative yet? Yeah, there it is.
40 feet is the first range increment for my pistol. So, and I'm 35 feet, so everything's cool.
Okay. Then, bam. You shoot him for 6. And it's turn then. It gets to react. What in the world is this thing gonna do? Holy cow. It roars and pulls a branch off of a nearby tree and throws it at you. It missed. It roars again. It doesn't like that. It's mad that it missed. So it tries to run at you. 10, 15, 20, 25. It gets that close. Does it have reach? Does it have any sort of reach or anything?
It's the same sound that I made when the chupacabra.
Does. It does. It has. It's not armed, so I can't use that.
After the ogre goes, I'm gonna call for a 5 for myself. 5-minute break.
Okay. We're coming close-ish up to the end. Okay, then that's fine. We are just gonna. I'm trying to roll an unarmed attack with him. That might take me a minute to figure out. Why don't you go take your break?
Cool. I'll be right back.
Okay. Melee, new attack. All right. But what is it actually? Like, how would I figure out? I guess it would just be plus strength, right? Like standard attack plus strength. So standard attack is usually just going to be the plus.
Let's see. So
okay, it'd be the same attack bonus.
It's basically the same attack bonus on mine. It just doesn't do the same damage.
Yeah.
So, like, my unarmed does 1d4, but I bet an ogre's unarmed is like d6 or d8 at least.
It'd be something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a d6. Okay, well, either way, I'll still roll this. It's at the second attack, so I get in the multiple attack penalty here. Still against Danik. Oh, damn it, I did it privately. It was a 22. So that will hit, I think. It was not a crit. I'm just fucking around now.
They'll leave it there for him to see.
Fair enough. Actually, if we're taking a short one, I'm going to go brew myself a little coffee. I'll be right back.
Forgot about the hero points. I'm very happy. I just didn't want to sit here
make another
and spend the whole time just like making another character.
That would be a lot. Be too much.
I was like, because plus then I'm rushing my choice too. I was like, I don't want to rush my character choice. Like, I want to put some thought into it, look through them all again, and like, okay, maybe I play a ranged character this time. You know?
So we're all ranged characters. We just stay very far away.
Our first action is always to run farther, then shoot, and then run more.
Hey, that works for me. I can outrun both of you guys by a fair amount.
Yeah, elf sounds pretty good now.
Yep. Yeah, right? Not bad.
Milo, are you ready for Thursday?
I mean, as ready as I'll ever be. So no, it's been a long time since I was behind a bar.
I don't know exactly what time, but Sandra and I will be there at some point that evening.
Very good.
We're feeding the kids, dropping them off next door.
That'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. I went and got everything set up in the lounge today, which was nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you looking to turn this into when they open up the speakeasy, like a regular thing? Or just this?
We'll see.
You're I don't know. Yes and no.
Listen, I don't own the speakeasy, but I wouldn't be mad if they asked me to be the mixologist for it. That would be pretty cool.
That's what. Forgot. That was the one thing I didn't want.
Oh, sorry. All right. So Danik is dead, and no, not a for real crit, but does a 22 hit?
Why is it only a 22?
Oh, because my first roll was a GM roll, and I was like, I need to switch that to public, and so that crit was that. Crit
I
was
see that. I see. I can see that. That 22 is a hit.
Okay.
And that would be your third action. You don't get that fourth action of it rolled in the 20.
No, sir. No, sir. Not one bit. All right. So,
but it is a hit.
Okay, then we're gonna roll this damage. Because this is an unarmed strike. Battle axe, I think, is what it says, but he is not carrying a battle axe. He swings with a big fist and wallops you for 6 damage.
I mean, it's not great, but I'll take it.
No, not great. And that was his third thing. Brenton, this beast is upon you.
Okay. Are we still running?
Running it hasn't worked great.
Alright. I guess let's. You really want to save this Forsyth?
Yes.
Then we gotta take it down. We're not gonna outrun this.
Very well.
Let's see, how much? Okay. Then that's where I'll go to here. Oh. Let's see. Control.
Ooh. That's fun.
Boom. Spacebar. Control.
Right.
Click does that, and then you spacebar to go there. So that's my movement to go around the tree.
I'll never remember that, but I love it.
Guy and his macros. Yeah, screw that.
It's Forge. He gets me so many toys. I have to play with them all. Two-handed bastard sword swinging at him.
He's a big target.
So that was one move to stride. Oh, I forgot to target him. Oops.
Definitely strikes.
It strikes? Okay.
Yes, it hits.
Then we'll do damage to him. For 7. And then my last attack. You know what? We're going to try it. Come on. Come on, big numbers. Ooh. 16? Oh, hits.
Hits.
God, these damage rolls suck.
Ah.
I'm just cutting off at a
biggest
leg.
Number you wanted there, but it was actually, yeah. I was thinking a big gash down his right leg there, and then you go right back in at the same part. And he has a huge wound from that point. Bleeding profusely. Wait a second, that's too low.
Could one of those be this? This is what I really. Oh, this is the ability I wanted. These are some of the changes I fixed on my guy. I hope that's okay. I started with too many things at the beginning. Also, I didn't have Scent, so I got rid of that. My guy was a little broken.
Okay, so on a critical hit, you gain +2. Oh wait, you recall knowledge about the target on a successful hit. Yeah.
So recall knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would
This
society.
one
He
was
already
society. Yeah, and
Okay.
you knew this for what it was as an ogre. You recognized this creature before.
Okay. It's. Can I learn anything maybe that would help us? Maybe, like. Okay, so I get.
Make your society check, but I'm going to give it to you at the 14 DC instead of the 16.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I can learn anything new.
Oh yeah, okay. So let me see what this thing actually says. Probably nothing. It's a friggin' ogre. So ogres are, they're like a mongrel giant species, right? They speak Jotun the giant tongue, but some of them maybe can understand real simple, common, right, brutish level intelligence. But really, they're just violent, hungry, consumers. But they're stupid. They can be scared. You feel like Force or Danik's trick with the alchemist fire wasn't a bad idea. Just didn't go off right. Yeah, easy to distract, manipulate, or scare if you can pull it off. But they're big and they're strong, and they hate dwarves.
Oof. Alright, I relay all that to Danik. I was like, try your scary thing, but it might be a little problem because they really don't like you. I mean, your brethren type. Not you particularly. I don't know if he knows you, but your people of your stature doesn't like that.
Dwarves. He's trying to say dwarves.
Those are rumors and half truths about me. How does it go?
Half truths. I see. A joke about your stature. Very good. Good job, Danny.
What?
Try and win it over with empathy. Yes, this is the way. That was great. All right, Brenton, does that do it for you?
Yep.
Move, slice.
Move, slice.
Danik.
Okay. First round of combat, I get to move 10 feet. Feels pretty good. I'm gonna take a shot.
Oh yes. 80-foot range increment. Wow, you're great. That's cool.
Nice. That's actually better than I thought. Okay. Okay. Damage. See, here's the thing with guns and Pathfinder 2. So only a D6, but I've got that +9 to hit, which is huge. So it's crit fishing. And if you look on that thing, it says Fatal D10. That's the damage die I roll on a crit.
Oh wow, okay.
Instead of doing a D6, it does a D10 on a crit.
Yeah,
that's
a
cool.
Huge bump.
That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot. You whittle it whittles. It whittles.
So,
I do like Silco having the D10 damage dice, but just having that bonus to hit, doesn't matter if you're not the one putting down the most, single impact damage. Like you look at that stream over time, and you're like, yeah, those numbers add up.
It adds up, and it's fishing for those crits. Because 10 over, even if you don't roll a 20, if you get 10 over, it's AC.
Yeah, that's a cool system in this. I mean, that's basically like when you're way more powerful than it, you are likely to crit it. Yeah, I mean that. Playing golf with mice.
Oof. There's my intimidation check.
All the golf references today.
Yeah, that wasn't what I had in mind when I invented the game.
On the demoralize check, I got an 18.
Ooh.
18 on the demoralize check. I bet that's going to beat its will DC. It ain't smart. Yeah, he got it. In fact, but not by 10 though. Okay.
Just frightened one.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take a second shot. Oh
And DCs.
no, bigness.
Okay. So second shot's no good, but he is a little spooked, a little startled, and all of a sudden this thing.
I hurt him a little bit, scared him a little bit.
Forsyth, what do you make of this?
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
This ain't good.
This seems not great. I am gonna step in front of my precious alpaca friend, and then I'm gonna lean down and scoop up a handful of moss and fling it at the giant and ogre and cast Tanglefoot. And it was very close to a 20.
Just so everybody knows, if you right-click on the monster that you are attacking, and then you click on the target, which is lower left, it'll tell you then when you make rolls if you hit, crit hit.
That's how you
fail.
select or target the monster that you're attacking.
Yep, and it will tell you what you did on your roll.
Well, that 20, I will tell you too. That 20 is a success.
Handy. Cool. It takes a -10 circumstance to its speed for a round, and it can attempt to escape if it wants to.
Okay.
Those are all my actions. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Now it makes sense to keep running.
Well, it notices
Why I said keep running.
Starting to grow up around it. So the first thing it's going to do is try and make that escape attempt. It doesn't know what's going on. So what does it need to do?
It needs to
It's probably an interact action.
escape is an action, it looks like.
Okay.
And the spell DC is 16.
So what's the DC to get out of it, I guess? Escape against your... So how am I making this escape? I guess that's my question.
I'm looking at it. You type to escape.
Imagine you could do it as a strength. Athletics?
Here, I'm going to roll it. Let me see here. See what it's based off of. It's a specific action.
Your unarmed attack modifier.
Looks like it's based off of your athletics. Oops.
I would put it to athletics and escape or acrobatic, like one of those two, typically. For vines and stuff growing around you, I would say that it's going to be strength based. So
you attempt an acrobatics or athletics check instead of using attack modifier.
Boom. So these vines start to grow up of it, and it just visually, and it just like rips it all off, and it like screams, and it tries to backhand Brenton. So it took one action.
Was that a crit success? What was the DC on that?
16.
Okay, so it was a regular success. So a crit success, it got 5 feet of movement.
But it would have to have been like a 27. It has to be over that.
Oh, a 26. Because,
he did get a 26.
Yeah, he got a 26.
So you get 5 feet of movement if you want.
So he steps forward 5 feet and backhands Brenton as he does. Or attempts to.
Yeah, so you crit success.
Why don't you just keep running? Keep going. Run at this.
The attack, and of course I'll modify the damage if necessary.
Oh, come on! Come on! It teetered on that so...
That's a crit!
Is that a crit?
Oh, guaranteed.
Okay.
What's your AC?
Oh, yeah, it has
17.
Yeah.
Well, there's no way. I have to have a 20 AC for that, or 21 AC for that not to be a crit.
Okay, so it's going to be... Well, shoot.
Hit that crit button.
I will, but I'm doing it on a different weapon for the damage. I'm trying to proxy unarmed damage.
Holy shit.
Okay. bam! He
Oh, shit.
smacks you hard, and you go flying into a tree trunk. Doom, doom! It's a double whammy.
Brenton,
16 damage.
I
are you still
am.
with us, buddy?
Oh,
You absolute.
no! Third time's a charm.
Good thing I got the heal off.
Oh my god. Okay. And then let's see. So that was 1, 2. It had 5 feet of movement. It's just gonna stomp up to the two of you, and that's all it can do. All right. Coming at the end of it here. I want to finish out the round. What do you say, folks?
Yeah,
Yes.
is this thing pretty hurt?
It is.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, Brenton,
Oh, it's my turn to roll?
give us that beautiful
Uh-huh.
roll.
Alright, alright.
Buddy, my dude.
It's not a critical failure.
No, but it was like the 16
Yep.
teetered onto the 3. How many times? This BTT is mean.
Brenton's not meant to live.
Look, your abomination for creatures need to go.
Freaking weird, fucked up creatures.
Did you read his origin story a little bit?
I did. It was really good, and so I
Yeah.
wanted to stick around because, like, I'm like, that's got heart. So hopefully, maybe it'll still be beaten at the end of this.
It's
Damn
like
it.
painting your miniature. Okay.
Yeah. That's me just playing a character.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my reload thing. I'm not gonna bother to link it. It's I reload my gun and make an intimidation check against it.
Right. You get it.
Okay. I looked up. Okay. If the thing does not have an attack of opportunity, there's no real penalty for me making a ranged attack against it, even though it's right against me.
Okay.
There is for longbows, but
Sure.
not
That makes sense.
but not for pistols and short bows and like that.
That makes perfect sense.
So I'm going to make an attack, and here's where I find out if it has an attack of opportunity when you fuck me up here in a second.
That's also true.
But I'm risking it. So I'm gonna use the action. Here's my attack.
All it hits.
That's a hit. I'm not gonna re-roll. 5 damage.
Yeah, you basically like bury the barrel of your gun in this thing's gut and pull the trigger.
Third action.
It does not strike you back.
Ooh. I'm looking. I've got all kinds of weird actions loaded onto my character sheet. All kinds of fancy shit.
The one you were worried about.
Is he carrying anything in his hand?
No.
Okay. Okay. A lot of the stuff I wanted to do with is an athletics check, not an acrobatics check, so it wouldn't work for me. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna reload, and I'm gonna stand there right next to it. That's the end of my turn.
You shot, you reload, and that's it?
I had to reload, shoot,
Oh.
and then reload.
Okay. Makes sense.
This is the
This ain't
reloading thing.
Soko's magical reload and gun universe.
Nope.
I'm spoiled. Forsyth. I don't know if you've ever been this close to anything this monster before.
Not a level 1. At further levels, there's all kinds of weird tricks I can pull off.
It'll get even jazzier. Yeah.
I feel pretty happy with what I can pull off at level 1, actually. There's some cool shit. Even the just roll initiative, I get 10 feet of movement and draw my gun. Is pretty fucking cool.
We better hope the Oracle has something pretty fucking cool up his sleeve.
I do. I'm gonna lean around the tree and go, Brenton, and cast Stabilize on him.
There's one action.
You are uncut. That's 2 actions.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna turn back to the ogre and look at him and put out a hand and say, you know, you're pretty close to the Russell estate. I think too close. Perhaps it's time you met the family. And then I'm gonna reach out and touch him and cast. Why are you telling me I don't have focus points? I do have focus points. Don't lie to me. I'm gonna cast that. And essentially what happens is that Forsyth carries his ancestors with him all the time, and they fucking talk in his head all goddamn day. And
Make a will save!
Is it makes the ogre hear and see all of them around him.
Oh my god.
Oh, this could be big, because he's already frightened one. He's already frightened one already.
Save DC 16 will. So this is an actual will save he has to take.
Yep.
Okay. Blew it.
Yes!
Was it a critical fail?
No, DC's he would have had to get a 6.
So he's frightened 2.
You are frightened 2. And you do take 4 points of psychic damage.
Oh my god, this thing starts howling and screaming. He's like going mad. Grabbing at his temples, like, God, my head! You know? That's great. And he's frightened 2, which, what's the condition on that now? The frightened should make sure that you take a status penalty equal to this value. Oh, okay, all checks and DCs. So it's his turn. All of his checks and DCs, but that's not attacks. So he's gonna try and stomp. He's gonna try and stomp you both.
His fright goes down each turn too.
It goes down at the end of his turn. Yeah, it goes down by 1. So the first time he got frightened, that wore off, and then Danik just frightened him again, and Forsyth stacked on top of that.
Yeah, so he's currently frightened 2 for this turn.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Danik.
Oh. Nope.
No good. All right. And Forsyth.
Yes.
Fortunately, Forsyth is going to get stomped. Well, you were the one that put the screaming voices in the head.
Did.
I only had the magical boomstick, so...
Ow.
Oh! Oh!
He's still standing.
Crunchy.
Yay, healing.
Is there a concentration or anything like that you have to worry about with this spell?
Nope.
Curse-bound, Divine, Ocean, Fear, Mental, Oracle. No, you don't. Okay. And then... Well, I guess you got nothing else to do but keep stomping and try and... other foot comes back down maybe on Danik. -10 this time.
Scary.
Nope.
Scary.
Yeah, you had to roll that 20, which it played with it.
It did.
It hinted. All right, and that's it. He is screaming and holding his head and stomping like a tantruming toddler, but a really real big dangerous one. Brenton, you are stable, I believe.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
stable and unconscious, so.
Danik dancing between this guy's toes. What do you want to do?
Yep. Okay. I reloaded, fired, reloaded. So I am loaded right now. I'm gonna fire my fucking gun.
That's when it's that simple, isn't it?
Oh, good.
Definitely a hit.
These dice are much scarier than Roll20 because they actually teeter a lot better.
Mm-hmm. The visuals are great.
Yeah.
5 damage. Describe how you kill it.
I'm a dwarf. Right up the nostril. Right up the.
Loud. People are sleeping in my house.
And
my sinuses.
you see in slow mo the left eye just go get flying away into the underbrush.
Brenton, roll me a d4.
The eyeball hits you, knocks you unconscious.
Alright, evens. He falls up and lands aside you.
Oh,
Oh, thank goodness.
It would have been the other way. Boom, and it's down. And you hear a cheerful little from your buddy Majesty, who's very proud of you. and
That's
thankful.
right, buddy. We saved you. Everything's fine.
holy shit!
That neck tilts up a little.
This alpaca is mine now.
Wow, guys, that was awesome. That was straight up like that's random encounter tables, baby. You rolled a big one.
I have to say, like if you read any guides, people are real down on gunslingers in Pathfinder 2, and who knows if you average out what I'm doing, through a campaign, it might not add up to a normal character, but it's pretty cool and pretty fun. So fuck it.
Yeah.
What it is?
Is that why people are down about it? Is that they don't think it does enough?
Well, there are a lot of extra actions on like reloading and shit that other characters don't have to do.
Mm-hmm.
But my 2-hit is 5 higher than Brenton's.
Yeah, that's what you're
So
paying for.
I have to use extra actions to do it, but I am way more likely to hit. So, they got rid of touch AC.
Yeah.
So, that's my 2-hit is higher than normal characters. But I gotta spend an extra action here and there.
I feel like if there's a way to lower your crit range, or make your crit range bigger, I should say, it makes it nicer too with him when you have a chance to hit.
And in Pathfinder 2, having the extra 2-hit is lowering your crit range, essentially.
True. That is true.
Alright. Well, for an adversary level of party level +1, as an ogre is a level 2 BC, that gets you all another 60 XP.
Okay, 158. Or no, 258.
258.
258. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a quarter of a level. And he wasn't carrying anything major, but he probably has some loot on him. I'd have to figure out what's reasonable there or how to do it.
You can cut him open.
But we're past our
eating anybody.
We're past our mark on time, so we should call it.
Yeah.
And then we can decide in the chat whether or not you guys are like, all right, that was let's hope we can just make it back to town safely and steadily and proxy that out, or if we need to get real, gritty with it. But probably, I think you guys.
It also depends. If next week, if it's the three of us, we can act it out. If somebody else happens to join us, we are in town again.
Exactly. So we have
I think I am out next Tuesday.
If you are out, then we made it to town, probably.
Carp, I think you might also be out next Tuesday.
Oh shit!
I'm out next
I am
Tuesday.
out too. I'll be in LA.
Well, we're not fucking playing then.
I come back the Tuesday after that too, so I'm the next 2 Tuesdays.
Okay. Well, then we'll work around it. I will have some time because I'm going into.
I could play the 27th because like we get back early enough, so I can play.
I'm a little bit more flexible. I mean, I've got shit going on because Christmas and New Year's are on a weekend. Like the weekend days are tough, but my weekdays with the kids being out of school and not having homework, I'm a little bit more flexible. I'm working, I'm the same, but I have less to do in the evenings, if you know what I mean.
I'll be off school for 2.5 weeks. It's goddamn ridiculous how much break time the schools have nowadays. It's a little much. So I've got time. You guys have the time. You guys have the will. Even if two of you have a chance to get out, or I know John had said he's hoping to find a window to get in here. So we'll figure it out.
Another thing, I will float to you guys so you can think about it. For Curse of the Crimson Throne. So my priority, no offense to Milo, is the people that were already in it.
Oh, I don't give a shit. Okay, like
I know, but
yeah.
I think it will work out for you just fine anyway. But John, it looks like, cannot play on Fridays.
Oh,
but
that's right.
He can on the occasional Saturday. So I am thinking once. And I talked to Jake about it today, because Jake is like a once-a-week player at max. So I talked to Jake, and I told him, like, because Jake will say, I might be good, regardless of whether he is or not. But I told him, talk to the wife, figure this out. Because what I want to do is, once Milo's game is done, and about that time, my Delta Green Saturday game will be done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run Curse of the Crimson Throne in that Saturday slot. It might not be every other Saturday. It'll be whenever we can fit it in.
We should try and commit to it
on Saturdays, the best we can, because that is the day that it looks like the original players can play.
Okay.
Especially John is only Saturdays.
Yeah.
As far as when I can run. I can't run on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. He mentioned Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
It's tough. It's really tough with number of people and job availability and with John working evenings and prime times for service delivery. It's real hard.
So I had mentioned when Netherdeep is done, Curse of the Crimson Throne becomes the main Friday game. I'm taking that off the table. Curse of the Crimson Throne is probably going to be on Saturdays, working it in when we can. So that leaves potentially maybe this game, or you and me bouncing back and forth on Fridays, to run Pathfinder to practice shit.
That's true. We've got a ways to go yet in Netherdeep, but we're not going to be out of the woods there for a while. But
we
opening that Friday up, now we maybe have some options again.
So we'll whatever we do after Netherdeep on Fridays between you and me, Pathfinder 2, we'll figure that out. We've got time. But between you and me, Pathfinder 2 on Fridays, Curse of the Crimson Throne on the Saturdays when people are available. And as a long-running campaign, when I'm going to schedule it is the order of priority is, you, Paul, Jake, John, availability, If the 4 of you are available, I'm running it. Then, Milo and Samuelson, if you happen to be available on that day, no offense, we're going.
Yeah,
that
no, I
makes
think
sense to everybody.
closing it out and having that chapter close is the goal. So
Because
it'll be great. I just appreciate all the work you're putting into prepping it.
yes,
but I'm also losing feeling in my fingers. So I think we should probably.
Yeah,
Yep,
right.
I'm
probably in the same boat I'm in. It's
am-
a freeze warning tonight.
I've been awake since 4:30, and I am in the garage, and I'm waking up at 4:30 again.
I don't envy you one bit. Why are you the one?
Because I run the fucking,
You should get your ass to bed.
I know. I run the dock at the fucking freezing cold hospital. I work outside. And here's the shitty part. I work outside at the first 2 hours of my shift, and then I move inside. So it's the beginning where it really sucks.
Danik, you got to keep up with your your squatties here. They got some major character art.
Yeah,
that
what
just
the
come
hell?
out.
We're hot.
Just playing. Yeah, they're sexy.
What the fuck? I'm an
You
ugly
stay comic
bastard.
relief. This will work out.
You've
great.
already seen. I've had a token for weeks.
Yeah.
And
And
now
it
you-
worked. I love it.
You all saw my token, and you were like, "I'm gonna be prettier than that."
Nah, this was Foresight's token the first time. I didn't change
know.
the character.
Yeah, that's
Actually
very
looks
believable
familiar.
before so.
I found
Alright.
two similar sword carrying things in my wolf form and my human form, so I was like, this is perfect fitting for it.
I like it. The wolf form art is really good, actually. That's really one of the cooler like Wolfman pieces I've seen.
Yeah,
I like it. It's like The Witcher, but a little extra.
very.
I recognize that art. I've seen it. That's from like a game I've played or something. That is super familiar art. But anyway,
Well, Thank you guys
Not
for
everybody.
playing tonight. This
No,
was
thank you.
good.
I
This was good.
thank you for killing me again. I appreciate it.
Hey, this time you came back.
Yeah, well, hero points. Legitimately, hero points brought me back, but no more hero
Importance.
points. So
I'll let Matt know tomorrow that he saved your life
Yes,
with
he did.
that post.
he did. The bard.
Alright.
All right.
Good night,
thank you.
everybody.
Good night.
Good night.